Today I wanted to give you a very quick overview of a math site that I've used this year for the first time, and that is Mathigon. If you go to mathigon.org, you'll land on this page. There's an overview video that you can watch. That'll be way better than this one, but I just want to show you how I've used it and why I think it's awesome. So if you go to the site, scroll down at the bottom of the page, you're going to see a lot of things down here to check out. The Polypad is the one I've used the most, and that is the virtual manipulatives. On the left-hand side, when you come in, I believe you start out with these pattern blocks. There's tangrams and other things, but of course the one I use most is the algebra, and these are the algebra tiles. So you can use this model here to multiply or to factor polynomials. You can place your factors on the sides. You can place your polynomial model, your trinomials, if you will, or whatever, on your inside. So it's really easy to use, and what's great is over here on the right, there's a tool to download the image. You can solve them. One thing I really love that they just added are zero pairs. So let's say I have an x and a negative x, and I want to combine these terms. When you put one over the other, it'll make the zero pair so that you can see something was there in your kid's work, but you will see that it's grayed out because you have a zero pair. Same thing if you have a positive one and a negative one. If you place your positive one over your negative one, it makes zero pairs. We use these for solving equations. There's a line tool down here, so you can create a line. I use that to mark the left and right side of my equations. You can do text box, so you can add, words to describe what you're doing. There's a pen tool. There's an eraser. So let's say I messed up and I just want to get rid of something. I click on that. And then you can also change the colors. So I sometimes change these colors to brighter red or darker blue. Up here on the top, you'll notice it says courses. Most of these are under development, but there are quite a few good lessons in here. Under intermediate, which is what I was teaching this past year, I did use the sequence and arithmetic geometric sequence lessons. A lot of these are very advanced topics for your lower level kids. We did the Monty Hall problem. There's some other things down here that may interest you. Great place to send kids to just explore. Under activities, if you scroll down, and under here is Polypad, which is what I just showed you, but there's also a timeline of mathematics, and this is awesome. This is the history of mathematics and very many famous mathematicians. If you pick one of these mathematicians and click on them, it opens up a card, and it may have even more information. It'll give you some brief information and then buttons on there that you can go out to maybe look at more about them. So here's another one. You can scroll down on this one. There were 3 different things. These are things that are actually in lessons inside Mathigon. So when you see those buttons, it means there's lessons connected to that mathematician. A great way to extend a lesson is to have them go research the mathematician connected to that concept. If you go back to activities, another thing that's really interesting is the social distancing game. This was fun. I just gave this as a side activity. The goal is to move this red guy out the door. So it takes quite a bit of work to figure out how to do that. I didn't get it for a long time, just so you know. I was pretty bad at it. But yeah, you can play this game. I had the kids take a screenshot and put it in their assignment. If they got the little guy to the doorway, they got an extra bonus for that. So that was kind of fun. And then finally, if you'll create an account, and you can go to your teacher dashboard, and you can actually create a class, and you can invite kids to come and participate in lessons or courses or activities using your class. So I've just created this one. This is brand new. And then it tells you over here instructions about how to add students, and one cool feature is right here, import from Google Classroom. So if you have kids in Google Classroom, you can just put them in that way. They are under development, just know that. So a lot of things that are here now were not here when I started using this last fall. So I'm expecting this is just going to continue to grow as we go through it. So I'm just going to pick a lesson and see if I can assign this. Down here in the bottom left side, there's a share. And when you click on that, one of the buttons is Classroom. So you can share it to Google Classroom. You can share it on Twitter, and you can just copy the link and put it in a hyperdoc or wherever. So there's other ways to get kids to these sites. Anyway, I hope you'll explore Mathigon. It's so full of things to do for fun, even more than academics. So it's just a great place to direct your students when they're through with their work and you want them to do something productive. This is a great place to go.